And for you both, when you're doing a movie based on a real story, where's the line between authenticity and serving the story of the film itself?
For me, it's with him.
Okay.
Here you go. Whatever he needs.
I've often said that, I've done a lot of period films, and for me, it's as much, having read the story, the priority becomes credibility rather than accuracy. And sometimes you can make conscious decisions that you're going to do this wrong because it's going to tell the story better. If we shot, take it like something like Robin Hood in Nottingham Castle, and the castle was all bright new stone, looking like the Getty Museum, which it probably did once upon a time. It would just look dumb. And because you associate, and you wouldn't be able to take your eyes off it. And you don't want to make a point about history, you don't want to make a point about accuracy if it's going to take you away from the story and detract. So in the end, it becomes about credibility. In order to, and you can save all the little subtle things for where you get into personalities and different kind of, settings that are built from each individual character. But sometimes, really, for me, it's a lot about credibility. He was brought up an interesting point about Phil's research. Like I said, I came on when the party had started, and so I didn't get any prep. I had to get in there and start running the day I was still doing prep on the rap day, so.
Because you never believed it was over.
No, right. But what the thing was that Phil had this, he had this like trailer that followed him everywhere. It was his little office where he went for meetings. When he was at the studio, he was on location. And he had racks of these, research films that you put something in the machine, and it'd be a whole slew of those crashes and rockets blowing up and stuff. So when I went to see Phil, I couldn't talk to him because he was shooting, so I'd go up just before lunch, and I'd probably spend half an hour in his trailer looking at something else. Whole film about the X-15, I have to tell you, we never even touched. And but there it was, and I was looking through all this stuff. Somewhere halfway through the film, Caleb and Phil came up to us. We're going to lunchtime. We're going over to. What was the name of Gary's place? It was on 4th, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Gary Gutierrez.
Gary, who did the visual effects. And we go over over to like 4th Street in San Francisco. It was another facility. They'd set up a whole new facility for themselves to do this. To do the whole film with all the models and everything, and I go over there and I walk in, and it's a huge setup. And there's a guy called Mark Stetson, who at the time was like one of the premium model makers. And I walk past this model of this 104, which is about about this long. And even the tiny weeny rivets on it, you know, had little streams of airbrush where it was, but very subtle. It had a place in the Museum of Modern Art, and I swear to God, it was an amazing piece of model making. So I walked past that, so we're going to see one of Gary's shots. Okay, so we go in, nobody's seen anything. These guys have been working for, several months, and finally a lot of it was setting up computer track cameras and stuff. And we go in, the lights go down, we see this shot, and it's a shot of the 104 coming through a bunch of, what's that, nitro, not nitro,
Dry ice.
it was like dry ice, but there's another name for it. It comes out of a big pressure can. And it comes through, this plane comes through past camera. Beautiful. And lights come up. Caleb says, "What do you think?" I said, "I don't know, but it's beautiful, but it's nothing like I've looked at in all the footage I've seen of aircraft." No, he said, "It doesn't look real, does it?" I said, "No, it's too cosmetic." I said, "The stuff I've been looking at is aircraft of all kinds that have been shot by, you know, the Air Force, and it's all the camera can do to actually keep the damn thing in frame, let alone have it pass beautifully in frame." I said, "Yeah." I said, "It doesn't look like it's got a lot of energy." I said, "The stuff I've been looking at, miles of it, is like this, and it's shaking, and that's an energy." Yeah, that's what I think too. So, poor old Gary, who's been doing this, looking at us like, who are these guys, you know? So, it's suggested that we, you know, I said, you know, maybe they should get some cheap models and just take a piece of the line and throw them off a roof and let's try and follow them handheld and see what it looks like. Nobody took a blind bit of notice. Then another day, another few days go by, we come back, look at another couple of shots, and it's the same thing. It's this beautiful Star Wars stuff, you know, which is fine for that. This is almost documentary. So you need that energy and reportage quality that you only get from barely being able to do it. You know what I mean? So next meeting is, well, Kelly says, "Why don't we try this wire stuff?" And they will start getting restless. And they did. They started doing this. They start throwing it off, you know, getting these cheap plastic models, and doing some shots, a bit of smoke, a bit of this, handheld camera, a bit of vibration. That's better. And out of that came an energy and a way of shooting models and aircraft in a way that looked great. In fact, Gary went on after that, after months of shooting this stuff. His next big project was Top Gun, which essentially was, he used a lot of the same techniques. And,
So Gary didn't jump off the roof after all that work?
No, but I thought he was going to throw me off.
He had a film called Wings Over Holland, which was shot from a nose cone of the jet. And that was his model, kind of his focus until this, what Geoffrey just explained, which suddenly became vibrating cameras, blow torches, a lot of rubber cement.
But you
Well,
know,
burning rubber
it's
cement.
amazing how you, in this day and age, how you arrive at techniques, and a lot of it is not necessarily as technical and high tech as you think it is, because a lot of what we have in the language of film and what we're used to seeing on our screens is a lot of real stuff that's not rehearsed, not staged. It's the real world out there, and we see it on the news and places like that every night. And I think if you can get a certain element of that into a story, your storytelling, you're going to end up with something that has both an energy and an acceptability that carries you on through the story.
Well, we have to wrap up, but I want to thank you both so much for being here today. I could talk to you both for hours.
I can go now?
Yes, thank you.